We wish to manage to elect a member of the European Parliament. We have been successful in electing a member since Cyprus entered the European Union in 2004. Therefore, our goal is to, of course, increase our appeal within the electorate and manage to again elect a member of parliament as we have been doing for the past 15 years. Well, unfortunately, we are in a point where nobody is particularly encouraged from the signs sent by Turkey regarding the attempts to resolve the problem. We have always maintained the position that Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots can live in peace in Cyprus with a federal model of government, provided that we have no external interference from any other country, especially from Turkey. Therefore, our vision for a solution of the Cyprus problem is to live side by side in peace and prosperity with Turkish Cypriots, according to the directions of the various UN resolutions regarding the proposals for the solution of the Cyprus problem. But it is very important to us to also live in security, in a viable state that is not paralyzed through vetoes, and with a sovereign state that is independent and does not allow the interference through military intervention of any other country, especially Turkey. Well, we take each election at a time, and I don't think there is a direct relevance between the European elections and what happens in 3 years in the presidential elections. Before the presidential elections, actually we have parliamentary elections for the national parliament here in Cyprus. Therefore, we set our goals regarding to which election we had ahead of us. But of course, we desire to have as much support as possible from the voters, because I believe that this support will give us the opportunity to fulfill our potential in Europe, but in promoting measures that are to the benefit of the country and to the people here in Cyprus.
Yes.
The issue of the increase of criminality in our island is of deep concern to us, and unfortunately we are in the midst of an investigation that deals with a serial killer that is quite extraordinary for Cyprus. This has increased the feeling of insecurity in the Cypriot population, and that is precisely why we demand that an objective and impartial investigation is conducted to see what went wrong in the investigation of these murders, but to find ways to improve the way that the police conducts its affairs, responds to various complaints from citizens and especially victims of crime, because the security of a society has to be of a very high standard if we wish to promote peace and prosperity within the population. Well, beginning with the European parties, we are a member of the coalition, of the progressive coalition between socialists and Democrats in the European Parliament. It is the second largest parliamentary group, and we have, I believe, a very productive and successful relationship with them in promoting issues that affect European citizens, but also issues that more directly affect Cyprus. We are in a region of the Eastern Mediterranean where, of course, we have huge problems, but also a huge potential. And it is our belief that Cyprus can act as a bridge between the Middle East and Europe. And we have done this very successfully in the past few years, where we have had very successful interactions and agreements that concern especially the promotion of our common economic interests with our neighbors in the region, Egypt, Lebanon, and other countries. And of
What
course,
about Gulf countries?
of course, we have very good relations with
North Africa countries, you know, Morocco, it's one of the most important country, and you don't have no relation with this. And Saudi Arabia, Qatar,
Yeah.
to have an embassy doesn't mean that has relation.
Well, you know, we do try to have very good relationships with all Arab countries, because we do believe that they are very
Parties
important
and their
in
parties.
the region. And parties, of course, to the extent that this is possible. And I have recently gone to Egypt, where we have had very interesting and important negotiations with parties that do constitute now the governmental alliance that supports Mr. Sisi. And I do believe that Egypt is one of our most important neighbors that we should promote further cooperation with it. And I think that in the natural tell you my views, and hopefully they will be judged upon the basis of their merits. And as I was saying before, we are trying to develop these very important relationships with most of our neighbors, because we do believe in the prospect of cooperation in the region. This is a very troubled region. This is a region where, unfortunately, we continue to see wars, strife, and the dissolution of democratic principles. Therefore, it is very important for all countries that do believe in these very important principles to support each other. And I believe that Cyprus can promote peace and prosperity in the region. Well, we are in a party in opposition, therefore, unavoidably, we do disagree with them on various important issues. But we, at the same time, we do try to find ways to cooperate on issues that are of common interest in Parliament. We are a centre party, therefore we try to find ways to compromise and find solutions that promote the best interests of the people and the country. Unfortunately, what we have seen in these past few years is that a lot of the things that we warned about turned out to be true. And unfortunately, we didn't see this good faith on the part of the government to cooperate with us in order to find solutions, especially on issues that have to do with the economy, the non-performing loans, which in Cyprus is one of the biggest problems that are now facing our banks, our businesses, and the economy. Hopefully, this will change, but we are still going to try to criticize things that we believe are wrong on behalf of the government and support measures that we believe are to the benefit of the people. These are very important elections. I do understand that people feel very disappointed for the troubles we have been through these past few years, but the solution is not to abstain from the European elections. The solution is to vote and try to change things, because Europe is our common home, and we do have to try to find ways to change the European legal framework so that we can support the same principles that we believe in Europe, and try to find ways to improve our European cooperation so that Cyprus can be an equal member state of the European Union.
Thank you.